everybody? Welcome to the Comic Game Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to talk about why I personally don't give a shit about Black Adam. Now, that probably won't be with the name I call this, but personally, that's just how I feel about this movie. And now, honestly, the movie comes out in about a week from now. It's the 11th, October 11th. I'm recording this, and the movie comes out on the 21st of October. So, about a week from now. And there's been a lot said about this movie. This movie has been in development hell. I am still, to this day, this movie is still shocking that it even happened. You have to understand, like, some people forget, The Rock was announced to make this Black Adam movie almost 7 years ago. Okay, maybe that's a little bit more. Let me think. He was announced in like 2014, 15-ish, give or take. Give a year. Either 14 or 15 to be Black Adam. That this movie was in development. Let's count it down, shall we? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yes! 7 years! Give or take. This movie was announced 7 years ago. So the fact that this is even a thing is insane to me. I didn't think it was going to be a thing. I thought The Rock was going to drop out and just join the MCU. But The Rock willed this movie into existence. Like, if you read up and you read about it, The Rock basically willed this movie into existence. He wanted this movie to happen. It was kind of a passion project of his, even though it was a passion project and it's like... But the vibe I get is, this is a passion project in the same way that Vin Diesel thought Bloodshot was a passion project or something. Where I'm not sure The Rock truly has an understanding of the Black Adam character, but he just thought it was really cool, and he's seen the superhero game and how big the superhero game has gotten, and he's like, I want that. He wants his own franchise, just like some of these big actors. When they especially like someone like The Rock, he's like, he wants his own big superhero franchise, and that's really what it is to him. He like I said, he just wants his own big superhero franchise. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, well, The Rock's had so many interviews where he's talking and whatnot, and the big news earlier maybe last week is that the word is The Rock has not only convinced Henry Cavill to come back. He smoothed things over with Warner Brothers, pretty much demanded for him to come back and be in his Black Adam movie and back as Superman. So now we got rumors that Henry Cavill is not only coming back to play Superman in Black Adam, but he's coming back to be Superman in whatever capacity that they're going to use Superman in, because The Rock demanded it. Which now there's people saying that maybe The Rock is running the DC universe now. He's pushing things in directions. And I understand some people are very excited for this. Me personally, when it comes to the whole Superman and Black Adam thing, I know it is a cool thing. It is something that's it's happened in the comics many times before. It's happened in animated form. Black Adam fighting Superman is cool. It's always cool. And the thing that made it cool, though, and I think some people kind of forget about this, is that these two characters are from different worlds. Is that Black Adam is a magical character who primarily is the villain of Shazam. And this is just kind of going to the point. This is kind of just going to the points of why I'm not very much looking forward to this movie, because I think that they kind of have the wrong approach from Jump Street. Because seemingly, at least from the trailers, the approach they're taking is by making Black Adam immediately an anti-hero. Is by making him a sympathetic anti-hero. Someone who does the right thing, but he'll do it his way. And if I have to murder someone, I'll murder them. And, I kill people, as if we don't have Deadpool and shit running around in the world, and being a hero who kills people isn't that fucking fresh anymore. I've already seen it. You're not that fucking original there. But still. And that is vaguely how Black Adam is in the comics. He is more... Modern day Black Adam is more of a anti-hero. He's more like Namor. Honestly, DC just straight up ripped off Namor. Because Black Adam wasn't always this leader of a country and, you know, this, I'll do whatever it takes to protect my people. He was not always that guy. I knew Black Adam for a very long time was just Shazam's evil villain. He was just Shazam's villain. He was Shazam's main villain. He was supposed to represent the power of the Grand Wizard Shazam in the wrong hands. He was an example. In fact, in Shazam, they reference Black Adam. They reference him. They reference the wizard giving it to some dude who he went off the deep end and like, because that's kind of the story. You know, and layman's, it's like, Black Adam is a sympathetic, he's a Killmonger-like villain. Sympathetic villain. You understand why he went off the deep end. It's the same, like, it's, I've made references to this before in, other things, but when you give power to a powerless person, either two things are going to happen. Either that person's going to know how to handle that power because he remembers being powerless, so he doesn't want to laud this new power he has over the weak, or they'll never want to be weak again, and they'll become even more cruel than the people who oppress them. And that's what happened with Black Adam. You understand how he got there. You understand how his mindset got there. But he went off the deep end. That's what happened. He went off the deep end. Like some wizards and Shazam had to fucking send his ass to the ends of the universe. To the far reaches of the universe, which is pretty badass and hardcore. And it's, you know, whatever years later, he chooses Billy Batson to be Shazam. And upon Billy Batson taking on the mantle of Shazam, becoming, you know, having all that power, fucking Black Adam was like, there it is, flew back across the fucking universe to go confront Shazam. But like, over the years, and vaguely, like, they've made some changes, obviously. That's not the complete thing, because like every fucking character who's been around as long as Black Adam, they've made changes. And usually he starts off as Shazam's villain, and then he becomes this guy. Like, there's a growth to this. You know, he doesn't just start off as an anti-hero. And it just reeks of The Rock not wanting to be a villain. Because in my personal opinion, it should have been done like a Black Adam character should have been done like a Killmonger or a Loki. In a sense that he is a understandable, well-acted, you know, some maybe even outshining the main lead character, villain of the movie. He should have been the villain of Shazam, right off top, would have boosted Shazam's tickets, would have boosted it all, and then he would have lost, but he wouldn't have died. We would have thought he was dead, but he wouldn't have died. And then, you know, maybe he would slowly come around and become this anti-hero, and it'll be like, okay, we saw him. But trying to make him this anti-hero right off the bat is just, I just don't know. Because even Namor, like I said, DC just straight up ripped off Namor. Like, honestly. Like, I mean, they ripped off Namor twice. Once to make Aquaman, and once to give Black Adam his personality. Because that's basically what they did. Like, if you look at the design of Black Adam, he looks a little bit like Namor. Like, in the face. And then if you look at his demeanor, his attitude, the whole, I can work with villains or good guys mentality. Like, his whole beef is all fucking Namor. They just straight up ripped off Namor's personality. Like, this is plain and simple. Except Marvel is handling Namor much better than I like the way that they're handling fucking Black Adam, because Namor is starting off as an antagonist, as he should, because he lends himself to be that. But Namor's not gonna die at the end of Wakanda Forever. He's gonna come around and become a protagonist. Probably even get their own movie, his own movie or something later on. And like, but we would have already been introduced to him. We would have already seen him in this situation and his complexities and him come around. Like, that's how I think Black Adam should have been handled. And like I said, and coming back to the Superman of it all, that was a long-winded way of kind of coming back around to that and saying that that's the reason that the battle between Black Adam and Superman has always been cool, is because those two characters aren't technically usually in the same space together. It's the same thing with, like, I would compare it to, let me think. I would compare it to the relationship that Peter Parker has with Johnny Storm. if you're a comic book fan, a Marvel fan especially, you know that Peter Parker and Johnny Storm were college roommates or so. Depending on the comic you're reading, they have this, either they were college roommates or they were just people who were around the same age who were really, really good friends. And for a while, you know, we all want to see that. You know, as comic book fans, as Marvel fans, we all want to see that relationship. That's a iconic, you know, comic book relationship. We want to see that. But those two characters, but those two characters have absolutely nothing. They got their own entire different things going on. They're not usually in the same space together, but that is an iconic relationship. Same thing with Superman and Black Adam, in my opinion, is those are iconic comic book panels of those two fighting. It's very well known. It's been seen in many different forms, but that's typically but it only has a weight because they came from two different worlds. Like, it would be a lot better to see Superman and Black Adam fight if we had seen Black Adam appear in multiple movies beforehand, in a Shazam movie as a villain and come around, and then Superman have his trilogy or a movie or two, and then they meet and we're like, oh shit, it's happening now. You know, it's like when the Hulkbuster suit came out. Like, we all knew, like as a comic book fan, we're like, well, one of Iron Man's most iconic armors is the Hulkbuster armor. We didn't see it last time, and then it happened, but there was a build to it. They didn't do the Hulkbuster Iron Man fighting the Hulk right off the bat. They built to that shit, and then when fucking Age of Ultron came out, we were all like, oh shit, there's the Hulkbuster suit. Now, I say all this, and we still don't actually know if Henry Cavill's going to be in this movie. For all I know, The Rock's referencing the sequel that he thinks he's going to get. But considering how much this movie cost and how much this movie is going to make, I don't know. But either way, even from a visual standpoint, it's been pointed out many times on Twitter, there are visual cues that they have taken from Marvel MCU films. That, like, it is like this, the way this film looks, the way it's shot, the fucking aesthetics, it's like the bastardized son of a Phase 1 Marvel movie meets one of Zack Snyder's DC films. Because it's got this mustard-colored yellow sky that is just constantly in the background. And it's just got this tint to it that I just can't help but see. Every time I see a trailer for this movie, there's this yellow-ass mustardy tint on it, and it's distracting as fuck. Not to mention, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it. I'm not. My hype level for this movie is very low. Maybe something will come out and maybe the reviews will come out and they'll be fucking spectacular, and I'll be like, okay, awesome, I'm ready. But I can honestly tell you, I'm not that hyped for this movie. I'm not really. And the Henry Cavill thing, it didn't suddenly make me go, now this is must see. Now this is must see. You guys know how I feel about Man of Steel any fucking ways. So you know Henry Cavill coming back as Superman ain't enough to suddenly make me just go, oh, now I gotta see this. Now I'm gonna watch the movie because I want to review the movie because, you know, I mean, it's gonna be a while. You know, DC movies are far between, and unlike Marvel movies, so, you know, you gotta see it when you can. Plus, you know, if it's great, then I want to tout it. If it's bad, I really want to talk about it. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Book Movie Show. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. Or how much are you looking forward to Black Adam? Are you excited because of all this stuff? Or are you like me where you're just like, dude, none of this is particularly that appealing. Anyways, thank you guys again. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.